Hi, welcome to Dressage and Lightness Online. I'm Leanne Williams. We're going on with our second week of training today with Axiom. So our progress from last week was that we introduced him to the Cavesson, had his educational. We've taught him to start to be a little bit more patient in what we call park, which is to stand still. And then we progressed on to walking around the arena in each direction, working on his balance and working on his patience. So there's a little bit of both things. And yeah, we escalated to anger a couple of times and then we came back to acceptance, which was a wonderful thing. So today we're going to progress on with that again, but I'm also hoping that we can move on to the lunging phase. And for that he needs to be a little bit more confident with the whip, and I did do a session at the end of last week on the dressage whip and the confidence that he has with the dressage whip. So I'm going to start today's session on with the lunge whip. So I have a lunge whip here, and what I need to know is that when I point it in his direction is that he doesn't think about it as a flight escalate his flight mechanism. It's not something for him to be scared of. It's not something for him to be worried about. What I want is for him to be able to move forward and or sideways when it's pointed in the direction. So the first thing I'm going to do is just rub it over him. And you know, he can move his legs and try and escape, but I'm just going to keep it sitting on his side, and you know, I'm going to pat him with it. Good. This is the same thing I did with the dressage whip last week, and when I get to the lunging, I don't want him running around. I want him to work correctly in a nice bascule with a nice rhythm. So this is really good. So he's got to learn that we don't have to worry about the lunge whip. So I'm going to put it over every part of his body. I want to desensitize his responses. This is all good. Okay, I'm going to move to the other side. At the same time, I can ask him to lower his neck, like that's what he learnt last week. Good. And see if I can do both things at the one time, because that's going to be what we need to do in locomotion. Good. Lower his neck, stretch it. And pat him with the whip. Lower the whip, lower the neck, stretch it. Good boy. And pat him with it. You can see he's standing in a very balanced position, so that's lovely. And he's accepting that really well. Good. Good man. And I want to confirm that I can lower the neck. Good. And now I want to confirm that I can bend to his right. Excellent. We had a lot of trouble with that on day 2. He did move his right leg then, so I'm going to rebalance him, put that right leg back where it needs to be, which is underneath his shoulder. Correct. And we're going to the mobility of the jaw. Good. And bend to the left. Excellent. And bend back to the right. That's his tricky side. Yeah, I want to know that I can get some independence of the neck without it impacting on his body. Now, we're going to reconfirm what we did last week and walk down the edge. Now, today I do have a lunge rein in my hand as well. Walk on, good boy. And I'm hoping that by the time I get to the other end of the arena, I can commence the lunging phase. Now I do believe the owner did tell me that he had a little bit of difficulty in the comprehension of what he was meant to do in the lunging. So, you know, my expectation is that we'll teach him how to move in a circle around me. Good. Well done, man. And wall. And then stretch his neck. Well done. And again. Lengthen. Rebalance. Good. Lengthen. And walk. He's also got boots on for the first time today, so when we start the lunge, you can see he's got some little bit of feeling pressure on the boot stop. And he wouldn't be familiar with the boots. Good, and now we've got a little bit of crookedness, so I'm still looking at his neck up. Good. So we're changing things on him every day. Good. Change. Part of what he has to in his mind. What we do know is that there's one constant in the world. That's change. Oh, I don't want him to lean. Good. He can just see the cat. Good boy. We just ignore that. Yep, and the walk. Good. Good. And once again I'm walking in with a very open palm. Good. I don't want him to be pushing my hand, my left elbow, and wall. You should be able to hear him breathing quite shallow. So I'm not happy with that. I would like that to change, his relaxation. Good. Good. Haven't got outside hind leg stepping into the outside front. I'm going to walk him on another long side. Good boy. Because I need to know he's still the boots a little bit. You know, those kind of responses will start to trigger the flight mechanism. Good. He was very good with just going past then. He's still having a look to the outside of the arena. And you may not be able to hear, but it's also to rain. So all of these are new sensations for him. We take them into consideration, but at the end of the day, I can't control the environment, I can't control the weather, but what I can teach him to control is himself when things when we're handling him or when his owner's handling him, is that we want him to have the security within himself that he doesn't have to overreact. This is fabulous. Now I'm going to rub this whip over him again while he's walking. You can see it gave him a bit of a fright. But I do want him to get a little bit less sensitive with things like this. Good. This is much better than when I touched him the first time with the dressage whip. Well done, man. Good. Good. So he's come a little shorter in the neck. Good. He's quite a sensitive little chap. Well done, mate. Keep the neck long. Good. So then when we get down to the end here, I'm going to start to move into the centre and I'm going to make a triangle. Now we do have an educational on, there comes the cat again, we do have an educational video on how to do the lunging. So before you start your lunging with your horse, make sure that you watch that video a couple of times. It talks about exactly the position, your body language, how to hold the whip and what we're expecting in the horse. I won't be going too into depth with that here now because there'll be other things for us to be looking at. But now I'm going to see if I can get him to just quietly move away from me and stay walking forward. Yep, move away from me and stay walking forward. Move away from me. Good, and stay walking forward. Good boy. And I'm going to stay at his wither. I need him to walk forward. Good boy. And walk around me. Good. And just walking. And so if today is just walking in a circle, that's all we'll do. Walk around me. Good boy. And walk around me. Good. No, no. And walk around me. And if he gets me and he comes to confront me, I just once again, I've got whip, walk around me. Whoops, now we've got wind. A little storm coming. Walk around me. Once again. Yeah, good. Walk around me. We can't control the weather. Walk around me. Walk around me. Walk around me. And I tell you in my mind exactly what I want him to do. I want him to walk around me. Good, walk around me. That's it, he's got to get his tensions out, walk around me. Good. I make sure I stay exactly in the triangle. So I want to be level with his wither. I don't want that back end. I can still see that it's kicking. I do want to get away from the rain that's coming in sideways. Good. Walk around me. So I'm going to move my way over here. Walk around me. Good boy. I'm going to move my way over here. Walk around me. Exactly. Good. So I'm going to now send him forward. Well done. Very well done. Very well done. Good. Now I'm going to ask for a little trot. So I'm going to let my lash out. Good. And I'm going to say trot on. Trot on. Trot on. Good. And I want him to trot around me. Good boy. Trot around. Good boy. Nothing silly. I'm not going to let him away. Trot around me. Good boy. Trot around me. Good boy. Trot around me. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Yeah. So all of that anger response needs to disappear a little. Yep. Very good. Good man. Yep. So this is just day one of the lunging of his first. He's never been lunged before. I think they've tried. Trot on. So all that energy needs to come forward. Trot on. Good boy. Trot on. Trot on. Excellent. Trot on. Super. Good. Yeah, I get it. Trot on. You want to use that energy. You want to start to use that energy now. Yep, trot on. Very good. Very good. Trot on. Yep. Trot on. Good boy. Trot on. Good boy. Don't want canter. Trot on. Yep, trot on. Fabulous. Trot on. Good. So I'm happy enough. With this horse hasn't lunged before, this is fabulous. Then we're going to come back to the walk. I'm going to reel in my lunge rein. And we're going to walk again, walk again, walk again, walk again. Good, I want walk, and I'm really wary of those hind legs. So normally I'd want him to halt straight, but I'm very wary of those hind legs. So I'm going to walk to his head and forward. Good. Very good boy. Well done. Very good boy. Very good boy. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the left side, on the right side. So we'll come around this side. Whip over. Turn him. I'm going to hold the lash so there's nothing for him to be overreactive about. Stop, lower the neck. Ho ho. Good, I'm going to put the loops in the same hand. It's the cavesson for the minute. Make sure there's no small loops around my hand. Just dropped one. Good. Hold the lash up. Yep, he doesn't need any reason to overreact. Good. And I'm going to stop. I don't want my right arm going past my body. Yes, I need him to breathe. Whoops, there it goes again. Just good, and we're walking on. And we're quietly lengthening the neck. We know that the right shoulder's tricky. Doesn't stay in line. Good, steady. And wall. And, yep. Very aware of this temper. Good. And no. I'm going to walk on. Good. And walk on. Well done, man. Just twisting his head, so we're working on that. Just showing these things, like his reactions are dissipating. His reactions are dissipating, but they're still there. Yeah. Well, I want length in the neck. Well done, man. Good. Good. Very length in the neck. Good. All of this. So we're into the second week. He has 2 days off. This is the first day of the second week. Good. Everything that he's learnt so far. And you know, the things are unconditional. We just chip away at it. Very good boy. Yeah, long in the neck. Very good boy. Good. Till I feel his breathing gets longer and slower. The acceptance, the understanding of what his response should be. Yep. I think actually these kicking probably today, as much as he does do that, I think it's a little bit to do with the fact that the boots are on. Everything seems to irritate this horse a little bit. No, I'm going to touch him with the whip now. I know. Good. It's very sensitive. And he needs to learn to control that a little bit more. Good boy. Lengthen the neck. And once again, we're at a stage here with this horse in the training is that he needs to be a leisure horse, a pleasure ride. And there's not much here at the moment for the owner that I think would be pleasurable, which hence is in training. Good. Neck long. Good. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right side. We're going to get him to walk around us first. I'm still moving the whip around. Put my loops into the other hand. Start to, come with me. Get him to come around me. Can drop the lash. Just going to start again with my loops. Good. And then if we get him to walk on. Oh. Yep. And walk on. I'm still wary of his back legs. Although I have noticed he seems to be a bit busier with his left back leg than he is with his right. Good. This is a good walk. You can see even in his energy's reducing a little. Good boy. That's a lovely walk. And walking. Good. And walking. Ho, ho. And walking. No, 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 not until I say. Good. If he turns around and faces me, I just come in again. Open my right rein. So this is the direction I need you to go. And then my whip aid is my leg aid. And walking. Don't want to lose control. Good. And walking. Good. And I want him to learn the word commands. And walking. And walking. Good boy. Ho, ho. And walking. Good. Very good. Very good. I want him breathing, and I want this to be an easy exercise. Well done, man. Good. Very good. And now we're going to trot. And once again, it's really quiet. Come on, trot on. If he opens himself and turns. Nope. And trot. Whoa. Slow. Don't you dare. I can see him building up his energies. Trotting. It's got to be on my terms. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Ho, ho. So we don't have a lot of rhythm here. We don't have a lot of balance. Slow. We know that he's a left bend horse, so we know everything to the right is going to be a little bit trickier. Good. What I will acknowledge is he's dealt with the little storm that came through quite well. It actually didn't change anything that we were doing. Good. And the walk. Good. And the trot. Super. And the trot. And the trot. Good boy. And the trot. So I'm looking ultimately to be able to swing this rib cage a little bit outside. Good. And the bend. Good. And the trot. Well done. Well done. Great. By the end of this week, we'll have this sorted. Good. Today's just the day we teach him how to do the lunging. Good. Shahaha. No, we don't do turning. Nope. We don't do turning. We don't do turning. Try on. Good. And rhythm. You can see it's all a little bit erratic. We're looking for big long strides. But on this side we are tracking up. On the other side he never tracked up. And we're getting a bit of stretch on the side. So that's really interesting. So we're going to see, yeah, we can see he's starting to relax. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll be able to get into this a little bit more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just want drop. I get it. You want to use your energy. And now we're going to ask for a walk. And I put my whip under my elbow. Ho, ho, ho. Good. And once again, I'm wary of the back leg. I'm heading straight to his shoulder, but I would like him to halt beside me. Well done, man. Good. So this is his first lunge session. And I'm just going to finish off with making sure I can lay this whip all over his body again, the same place I started today. Good boy. I want to lower his neck. Well done. He's taking big long breaths now. Good. Very good. Rub the other side. Excellent. And then tomorrow we'll be able to start with the lunging. Well done, man. That's today.